Alright, boys. That was faster than I thought. Let's go. Starting with trailer already? Huh.
Welcome to the Capcom E3 Showcase. I'm your host, Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer, and I'll be your guide as we walk through the latest releases, news, and updates from Capcom. We'll hear
Sound
from the
might be
Resident
still
Evil
a bit
Village
low,
team,
but
share some news from the world of Monster
I wonder
Hunter,
what village
and get the
updates are
latest
gonna do.
on
More
Ace
mercenaries?
Attorney. Then we'll wrap up with some updates from our friends at Capcom Fighters.
Oh,
So what are we
okay.
waiting for?
We got Street Fighter
Let's get
stuff. Let's
started.
go.
Our first stop today, Resident Evil Village. The Resident Evil franchise continues to pioneer the latest and greatest in survival horror. The team has been blown away by the response to Resident Evil Village, which launched last month. It brought the world another chapter in this decades-long story as the franchise celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. I'm honored to be able to introduce Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village, with a special message
They're
for
like
the
getting
fans.
sued right now because they apparently lifted the plot like straight up from a novel or
Another
something.
time,
A really old novel.
There's nothing to fear.
Where's Rose? She's everything to me.
I think it's time you left things in my hands. Go on, rest now.
Hi everyone, my name is Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village.
I
I
mean,
wanted to take this
it's a
opportunity
valiant
to
effort,
thank
but
everyone who's played since we
I'm
launched
not
the game
sure
in May.
like
We hope you're enjoying
using their
this
English
new
will
chapter
really.
in survival horror.
I mean, I can understand them. It's better to know now.
Everyone
But
who purchases Resident Evil Village will gain free access to our online multiplayer title, Resident Evil.
oh no,
Reverse,
reverse! They're going
where
reverse.
players go head
No.
to head with their favorite
Please.
Resident Evil heroes and bioweapons. I'm now happy to announce that Resident Evil Reverse will go live next month across all supported platforms.
What the
So
heck?
head into the fray to celebrate the Resident Evil 25th anniversary.
No, please don't start with this. Okay, additional DLC. What is it? Is it more mercenaries? No. Okay, nothing. It's an announcement of an announcement.
Thank you, Kanda-san, for that wonderful update. Next up, some long-awaited news from the world of Monster Hunter.
There's gonna be a
Whether
lot
it's
of Monster Hunter
adventuring
here.
alongside monsters or battling
The real
them with
question is,
friends,
are they gonna
we've
show
got
who the
something for
final
you.
character in Street Fighter
First, let's
Street
dive
Fighter
into
5
the
is?
brand new story-based RPG entry to the series, Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin.
This is a single-player Monster Hunter. We already saw the trailer, but man, eh. Capcom does not output
This
that
was
much,
his fate.
so.
Red may have been strong and skilled, but against the awesome power of nature, he was merely a man. He never stood a chance.
All around, things just kept getting worse. But I heard that Guardian Ratha had survived and returned to Hekolu Island. I went there to see Red's old Monstie again.
Monstie.
Then, of course, that's when I met you.
You were given Red's kinship stone and now a Rathalos egg. This is
They should just
destiny.
make a Pokemon with Monster Hunter.
This is the legendary monster, Ray's Wing Ratha, the monster with the wings of ruin.
It's said that a beat of its wings can bring about waves of destruction.
Many people believe there's a connection between the strange happenings and the wings of ruin. The pits are appearing everywhere.
What's the gameplay like, though? I mean, I'm assuming it's the same as the first one. This is a sequel. Oh yeah, no, RPG? Oh, it is RPG. Nice. Huh. That's pretty cool. Hey, Switch Pro's real. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
What's this whole idea of forming kinship with monsters? How do you control them?
It's not about control. Monsters help riders of their own will. And the bonds between monsters and riders.
Replace monsters with Pokemon and riders with Pokemon trainers. It's the same thing.
What kind of power does Ratha really have? Why are all of these pits appearing? And who are those people who want to take Ratha for themselves?
Okay, so you got a plot important monster.
If there's worry or doubt in your voice, Ratha will become anxious too. He needs to know that you will protect him no matter what.
Oh, hey, it's Palico.
I can
It's a very
sense the
cartoonish
flames of his
Palico.
life force weakening. The burden of such great power is too much for his body to bear.
Huh.
A voice. Can you hear it?
Riders can bond with monsters. Surely you can groove with fellow humans.
They have the power of kinship. They're friends. They're monsties. Humans
Are we
carry
really gonna
the
call them
strength of
monsties? This
everyone they
kind of...
meet.
I guess they didn't want to call them monsters.
My friends here
Sounds a
taught
bit
me
too
that.
threatening here.
I believe in the strength of humanity.
JRPG melodrama. Wait, do they evolve too? I'm kind of curious. Oh, just a team. Day one, new monster. Paladin. Oh, they already got DLC for a game that's not out yet? Oh, trial version available end of this month. Gotta get the costumes for the waifus, obviously. Okay, you got some cross stuff too. Available July 9th. That's less than a month. Alright,
Looks
what's
pretty
next?
epic, right? And how about that announcement? The canine companion Palamute from Monster Hunter Rise will be joining Monster Hunter Stories 2 as one of the new monsties in the first free title update coming soon after the game's
I
release.
really don't
You
think
can get an
monster.
early peek at the game with the Monster
Could've
Hunter
just called them
Stories 2
monsters, yeah.
Wings of Ruin trial version starting on June 25th, which also carries your progress over to the full game release just a few weeks later on July 9th. That's not the only way to join the hunt. Millions of you made Monster Hunter Rise a huge success earlier this year, and we have even more content coming.
Well, I
including
would have
new
had it, but
collaboration on the Rise.
it's
Let's
only on
find
the
out more.
Switch, so yeah. We got some updates. We got some DLC monsters, I'm guessing.
Let's go! This is for my fellow hunters!
Huh? Okay, collab. Alright,
Rathalos is
this-
no runt. Moon's blessing emerged.
Gotta get that cross-promotional synergy.
I have a good feeling. What will it be? Moon's blessing emerged.
Oh, it's cosmetic stuff. Oh, 3.1. What is this? I like how it's on 3.1 already. This game has been out for like 2 months, man. Actually, no, a bit longer than that. Ugh. Pandemic really has messed up perception of time. It came out in like February or March, I think, right? It's only been a couple of months. Leather pants. Oh, interesting. What is this, freaking Wesker crossover? the shades.
Tamura is like my second home.
You think you can take on Rondine?
There has never been a better time to be a Monster Hunter fan. With all the new
Yeah,
updates
I mean,
to
I
Monster
would
Hunter
agree with that
Rise
statement.
and the launch of Monster Hunter Stories 2 this summer. We can't wait to hear about your own stories of adventure. Well, that's not the only thing Capcom has in store for us this July. Fans
Okay.
of Phoenix Wright will have
Oh,
new
yep.
chapters to explore.
So they
with
finally
the
bring
release of
over
the
the,
Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. North American and
Sherlock
European
Holmes
future
one.
attorneys will finally be able to get their hands on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, which were previously only available in Japan.
Yep, they never brought him over here.
You'll travel back in time to the late 19th century Japan and London to play as Ryunosuke Naruhodo, Phoenix Wright's ancestor, in this action-packed prequel. Now, let's hear more about the story.
So then, let us unravel this mystery.
Wait, do you mean Sherlock Holmes? I think you do. That was clearly Sherlock Holmes and Watson over there.
Welcome to the center of the world. Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
This country is incredible. I will become a lawyer. I have to.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Who are you? Prologue shows.
Oh no, they straight
We
up
must
did the
solve this
reverse
case now,
first
Hollis.
syllable thing.
Let us
Sherlock
engage in
Holmes.
art of deduction, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, what have we here? It would seem the truth is now tantalizingly close.
The defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Objection! Your testimony completely contradicts the facts.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
Oh, you actually have a jury thing? Interesting. That'd be pretty interesting because you actually have to convince a jury, whereas before, like the judge's opinion was all that matters. But then again, I'm guessing it's still on rails. Available July 27th. Oh, it's on PS4 also.
So we
Interesting.
have 10 new cases
Maybe I'll just get it then.
8 mini escapades where you can take on the role of a defense attorney.
Do you get
Now,
both?
we all want to see some gameplay, right? Let's take a
Ah,
closer first look
I mean,
at
I know
two
what Phoenix Wright gameplay
features
looks like.
new to the franchise in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles: Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination.
Hello, I'm Jonathan, Capcom's marketing brand manager for
Minor
the Great Ace
spoilers
Attorney
we've
Chronicles.
included.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
Where to?
The Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
The Capcom team is
Why does she have an
thrilled to
English
present
accent?
2 new gameplay features, Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination, coming to the Ace Attorney series.
Can you miss
While
stuff though, or do
investigating
you
to
need like
prove
the
your
exact
client's
things to
innocence, Players
continue?
will come across conspicuous situations that require further examination with the help of Ryunosuke's legal aid Susato and the brilliance of deduction from Detective Herlock. Herlock will proceed to present his logic and reasoning spectacular, a grandiose yet flawed series of conjectures.
cool.
Ryunosuke and Susato will then discuss to correct the flaws in Herlock's deductions.
Oh, is he gonna be set up to be the butt monkey?
At this point, players will be prompted to search for clues that help identify the errors in the detective's logic and reveal the truth to the mystery.
It's true. I mean, if you had like a perfect reasoning guy on your team, then you wouldn't need to do any actual gameplay. He'd just give you the conclusions.
As players present new evidence and observations, Herlock will amend his deductions based on the new information. Upon uncovering the truth, Ryunosuke and Herlock enter into a semi-metaphorical, semi-literal dance that brings them to the conclusion of the dance.
Oh no, Herlock is incompetent. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. Well, you just gotta correct his little errors. He'll get there eventually. Wow. There would be a pile of hair here. That's still kind of suspicious. What is with Russian ballet?
In courtroom battles, players will attempt to convince 6 jurors of the innocence of their client. Their progress will be displayed and represented by 2 scales of justice, one black, representing a guilty verdict, and one white, representing a not guilty verdict.
Objection!
In summation examination, take the stand to face off against the jurors, all of whom provide explanations as to why they've reached their guilty verdict.
Oh, you have to do it one by one. Okay, but do you need a whatchamacallit?
You'll have to identify conflicting
Unanimous
statements and sway
decision,
the
or
jury
no?
in your favor.
Or do you just have to
Examine
tip
each
it
statement
just
carefully
over?
and select 2 contradicting jurors to call out the flaws in their logic.
Objection!
Be ready to provide evidence from the court record to help prove the contradiction in their claims. When you successfully point out one of these contradictions among the jurors, you might just change their minds, too. With a slam of their fist, each juror you persuade will send a fiery ball towards the scales above and literally tip the scales of justice in your favor. Bring each contradiction to light and persuade the jury to help prove your client's innocence.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
This has just been a small taste of the exciting new gameplay features.
No, I think I'm
Great
guessing you have to
Ace
do all of
Attorney
them.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
We are very excited to get this game in the hands of both new
I want to
fans
play it if I can finish
and diehard
Yakuza 7 by then. Probably. It's into next month. It's on PC also, so
It already seems like
it's easy
I
enough
have
to
a
get.
bunch of games to catch up on. There are some exciting new adventures and titles to look forward to. Well, that's a look at the new premieres from Capcom, but what about esports?
Oh,
Let's close out today's
she said the
showcase
magic
with
word?
a few words from 2 of the stars of Capcom Fighters, Rob TV and Vicious.
Oh no.
They'll tell us
Well,
what's
Vicious
been
is
going
cool.
on with
I'm
Capcom
not a huge
esports,
fan of Rob
including
TV.
updates on the Capcom Pro Tour, Intel World Open, Street Fighter League, and all the other content on Capcom Fighters. Over to you guys.
Are they just gonna show one of the CPT tournaments?
What's going on,
Oh
everybody?
no,
And
they have a
welcome to the
special
Capcom esports presentation for
they
E3
shot a little
2021.
presentation just for
My name is
this.
Vicious, commentator for the Capcom Pro Tour as well as Street Fighter League, here with competitive Street Fighter V player and host extraordinaire Hollywood, Rob TV. What's going on, Rob?
Oh my goodness, Vicious. Host
Really
extraordinaire.
hyping him up.
That just sounds beautiful. It has a ring to it. And I think that's the perfect word to describe what we have for everyone today. Street Fighter V, Capcom E3. It just feels right and you feel the electricity in the air.
Nice!
No.
Yo, the birds. Both Angry Bird and Big Bird are
don't really know what
the Middle
competitive
East,
Street
I
Fighter
think.
5 is. The long and the short of it is this: we travel all around the world, state to state, country to country, and we try to bring our opponent's life bar from 100 all the way down
You
to
have to
0.
explain the concept of fighting games? Damn.
That's right, Rob.
How
If you can be the
casual?
best
How
in
casual
your
do you think the audience
sign up
is?
for Capcom Pro Tour to prove it and become possibly a world champion at Street Fighter 5.
The double perfect the way
This game is like 6 years old, dude.
So
Well,
in this year's CP
Street Fighter 6 has been
overall, it's a
cooking
series
for
of
quite a long
tournaments that
time, but they've
$5,000
delayed it.
on the line for
Presumably,
each
it
tournament.
leaked that
But
it
that
was
money
not up to
alone, that's not
expectations,
the big- that's
and
not
they're
what's really at
just
stake here.
they're working on
It's
it.
about making
Hopefully
it
that
to
works
the
out. I mean,
granddaddy
hey,
of them
I'm a
all.
big fanboy, and I want it to be good. I might get back in and play Oro when that drops.
So behind me, you can see.
I don't know if
in
you can
all
get a
of its
casual
glory,
audience to
the
like get into
Capcom
esports
Pro Tour
is the problem.
2021
I mean, you're
official
just
stage
trying
is
to like
set,
if
and
you
that's
give
a
them
place
enough
that you are
exposure,
very familiar with.
people will be
That's
willing
right,
to
we
give it a
take
shot,
all of
right?
our events
And
broadcast it live from the stage,
can people just
and
dip
we
their
check
toes
out
in
all
esports?
of
I
the
don't
top
know.
competitors from each and every one of
Hopefully
these
they
regions.
can, because
And speaking
otherwise
of, the Capcom Pro
our
Tour has
whole
shaped up a
like
lot. 2021, we have 32 events
the whole esports
going on in the
infrastructure
Capcom
is
Pro
going
Tour,
to
spanning across
not go
19
anywhere
different
eventually, right?
territories. So there's so many opportunities for players from around the world to get that ticket into Capcom Cup this season. I'm absolutely excited because, again,
It's
that
like
is a big
Smash.
change
Smash,
from
like,
what
there's a
2020
shit
was
ton of
into
people
what we
playing it,
expect
but the
for
competitive scene
2021.
is pretty small in comparison. Like, it's big. It's bigger than most of the other FGC, but
Not only can you catch the Capcom
in terms
Pro
of
Tour live
fraction
on the
of its
Capcom
actual
Fighters channel, you can
audience,
do
it's
so
tiny.
on a plethora of platforms. We have it
Aren't
on
enough people
Twitch,
who want to play it
YouTube,
competitive.
Twitter, and Facebook. Of course, if you don't catch it live, you can also check out the VODs for all
Yeah, the
competitive
CPT
stuff you need
is
to become a successful Street
currently,
Fighter
I
V
think
player, as well as catching
Europe
some
just
of the
happened.
community-focused content that we have on Capcom Fighters. We have No Neutral, the official pre-show of the Capcom Pro Tour. We have sets where we take players from around the world and play off in an exhibition first to 10. Not only that, actually, we do have Street Fighter League that's happened season after season, non-stop action, 6 teams of
Yeah, they're
players
investing
duke it out
really
in a
heavily in
battle
esports.
tournament
E-League,
series to see who will walk
freaking
away
Red
with the
Bull. Red Bull
championship
has a lot
and
in
the
it.
$150,000
Red Bull sponsored a lot of
prize.
Street Fighter 5
Street
stuff.
Fighter League is something that you don't want to miss.
I think they did
normally
Mortal
we
Kombat
only
stuff
have
too.
1v1 content.
But I was always
So
worried that
now
Mortal Kombat is
you
a bit
actually
too
have your
gory
teammates
to
at your back,
be
and
mainstream,
every
right? You don't
decision
want
that
your
make
kids
is not
watching
just about you anymore.
some of those
Look for more
fatalities.
news on Street Fighter League later this year.
Honestly, I think yeah, Mortal Kombat would be bigger if it weren't so gory. But then again, like it being gory is part of its appeal. So is the loss in
Let's not forget
is the loss worth it
the
if you switch
Intel
to
World Opening
less
is happening
goriness?
right now.
Oh yeah,
Top
Intel
players
is.
representing
I don't know
11
what's
regions
going on
around
with
the
that.
world Are competing for their place in the World
There's
Finals
a bunch
happening
of
next month.
invitations
Be sure
to
check
this
out the
Intel.
official website for more information, including current standings and broadcast schedule.
To commemorate this event, everyone who logged in during this period will receive an exclusive competitor title and dojo object. You do not want to miss this.
I highly recommend everyone to stay tuned for future Capcom Pro Tour updates on the Capcom Fighters channel.
And again, we've had so many events so far. We started off with the Japan region. We've had a couple of more events going on afterwards, but the action does not stop. In fact, we're going to be continuing off with the Midwest region for the Capcom Pro Tour. I know you're definitely excited about that.
100%. I mean, of course, your boy is from Ohio. Make sure you guys tune in to see the tournament.
You do not want to miss some of the best Street Fighter V players in the world compete head-to-head.
Okay. Do we have any actual announcements for Street Fighter though? We still don't know who the final character of the final season is. We have a freaking Rival Schools crossover character, but where does it go from there? I'm thinking it's a crossover character too, because they have all the bosses already.
Many people here.
That's what I'm talking about.
I told you it's gonna go to the limit, and I ain't lying to the beat.
This is the ultimate Street Fighter V experience. This is Capcom Pro Tour.
Thanks, guys. It's been a really
Is there
exciting
more?
season so far, and I can't wait to see how this plays out on the road to Capcom Cup. Remember to check out Capcom Fighters' Twitch and YouTube channels for more information and to watch the latest matches. So that's a wrap for Capcom at E3 this year.
Oh no, that's
Let's
it?
recap what we
No,
all
I was
saw.
hoping for some announcement.
Resident Evil Village is back with the
that
latest
was-
installment of the
like
survival
20
horror
minutes.
experience
Ugh.
and RE-verse
I
as
don't know.
part of the franchise's 25th anniversary.
Come on, guys.
We have new
That's-
adventures to embark on in the world
This
of
is some.
Monster
I mean, it
Hunter,
didn't cost them
with
that
Monster
much. It was
Hunter
just
Stories 2,
you just
Wings
had a
of Ruin,
studio and shot
and
some
Monster
video
Hunter
and some
Rise.
trailers. I guess
and don't
it's
forget
fine.
to go back in time with the Great Ace Attorney
But
Chronicles.
yeah, the Great
to
Ace
tap
Attorney was
into the
probably
family
the most
history of
interesting
Phoenix
thing here.
Wright and solve new cases.
We just watched an
Finally,
ad for the
don't miss out on the
CPT.
esports fun. Make sure you catch the latest matches with Capcom
I was hoping they
fighters.
surprised me with something,
There really
but
is something for
guess
everyone
not.
here today. But don't go anywhere yet. Join the conversation on Twitter and make sure you check out the Capcom virtual booth on the
Pushing
E3
people on the
portal
Twitter, man?
to watch all these videos again and more. I'm Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer. Thank you for being part of the Capcom experience at E3 this year.
Huh. Okay, damn, that was disappointing. Kind of sad. Well, can't all be bangers. Oh, we can go to the EX3 Expo. Go to the virtual booth. But no one else.
What's up, everyone? I'm Stella Chung, and in today's
I
fix,
guess we're
Starfield makes a
gonna-
splash of the Xbox
Razer
and
is
Bethesda
coming up next.
showcase.
What the hell
Halo
does
Infinite
Razer
gets a
have?
release window, and we
Eh.
finally know when you can go on ball runs again in Diablo 2 Resurrected. This is
I
your daily
guess
fix.
that's it for. Alright, I guess we'll call it here. Continue some Yakuza 7 tomorrow. Bye, guys.